everybody. Welcome to day 3 of Say Camp here at the beautiful Camp Gifford. My name is Dan and I am the new program director here at the Salvation Army Camp Gifford. Man, it's super exciting. I cannot wait to meet you all next year. But at least for day 3, we're going to learn about some really cool stuff here. I know that you've learned about photosynthesis and about the parts of the flower and just a lot of cool things about plants. So today we're going to learn about something truly exciting and unique. It's going to blow your mind. We're learning about plants that eat stuff. You heard me right. Not just regular plants. We're not talking water. We're not talking sunlight. We're talking about plants that eat other creatures. Carnivorous plants. I cannot wait for you to learn about this. But first, I'm going to hand you over to our resident Nature Hut expert and director, Jordan Peterson.
Hey guys, it's Jordan from Camp Gifford. You might remember me from the nature program. Today I'll be talking to you about plants, a special kind of plant called carnivorous plants. Carnivorous plants are different than normal plants. They take in sun for energy just like normal, but they also have to eat food just like you and me. Carnivorous plants produce a special type of chemical just like our stomachs, except unlike having a stomach, they secrete it onto their outside. There are 6 different types of carnivorous plants. There's the snap trap, the pitfall trap, the active sticky trap, the passive sticky trap, the suction trap, and the lobster trap. Today we'll be talking about the 2 most common types of traps, the pitfall trap and the snap trap. Now, if any of you guys are a fan of Pokemon, you might know the Pokemon called Victory Bell. Victory Bell is a Pokemon version of a real-world plant called the pitcher plant. It looks something like this. The pitcher plant traps its enemies by secreting a very sweet smell. The sweet smell attracts flies and various insects as soon as they land on the pitcher plant to take a little taste of what is creating that sweet smell. The pitcher plant actually coats its inside with a very slick substance, and the fly just falls right into the pitcher plant, into a little bowl of liquid. Now this liquid is the pitcher plant's kind of stomach. So the insect is unable to fly and eventually will get dissolved. But if you ever stick your hand in a pitcher plant, you don't need to worry. Pitcher plant's digestive system works best on very small and dead insects. Our hands are way too big. You could stick your hand into a pitcher plant for a week and it would do nothing to you. Pitcher plants are also beneficial to the local wildlife because frogs will sometimes lay their eggs in the pitcher plant's pond, you could say. The pond being full of nutrients makes a very excellent spot for young tadpoles to grow into nice healthy frogs. The second type, the snap trap carnivorous plant, looks something like this. You may recognize it. It's called the Venus flytrap. It's one of the most popular carnivorous plants in the world. Venus flytraps trap their prey by secreting the exact same smell as a pitcher plant. So flies and various wasps and that kind of stuff will come to try and figure out what that smell is. When the fly lands on a Venus flytrap, it will activate a little hair that's inside of the Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap then will snap down with a total force of 0.03 pounds. Not very much, but it is enough to keep flies and wasps trapped in there for however long it takes to digest them. A Venus flytrap will stay closed until it has fully digested its food. For a small little gnat, it may be closed for a day or 2. For a giant wasp, it may be closed for weeks at a time. You know, Venus flytraps are very interesting creatures, and my friend Bethany actually has a craft activity that I think you guys might enjoy. Why don't we go over to her?
Hi guys, it's me, Bethany. If you've been to Camp Gifford before, you probably know me from the waterfront and lifeguarding and sailing, as well as just going around and singing songs at campfire. But today, I'm actually going to be teaching you guys a craft. So Jordan just talked to you guys all about carnivorous plants, and the one we're going to do a craft for today is actually the Venus flytrap. So we're going to make Venus flytrap puppets. It'll look like that by the end of it. So the first thing that you're going to do is your kit should have 2 paper plates. The first paper plate is one you need to paint the back of it green. right? So this part you can leave blank, but the back part you can either paint it or color it with markers or color pencils or whatever you want. It just needs to be green. Okay? On your other paper plate, the inside of it is going to be pink or red, and then outside it is going to be green, just like over here. But you can leave this part white, right? So that's how that's going to go. Next, you're going to fold both of them in half, right? So this one is folded in half, and then you're going to take your one with just green, and you're going to fold that one in half as well. Doop. Give it a nice little crease, like that. And then on your one that's only green, you're gonna take scissors, and you're gonna cut in right on your crease, like that. This is the hard part, I promise. It's the only hard part. That. Once you make a cut, you're gonna cut a straight line right across the center where you just folded it. Once you finish your straight line across the center, you're going to cut a little semicircle out across the bottom. Very small, doesn't have to be big at all. See, I'm not going very far. Just a small little semicircle. That's going to be the space for your hand to go when we make a hand puppet in just a second. Right? So it'll look something like that when you finish cutting. The next thing that we're going to do is you should have some white construction paper. And with that white construction paper, you're going to cut 2-inch pieces like this. They should be about 2 inches wide. You can estimate, I guesstimated, or you can use a ruler to guess, to do it. After you do that, you're going to take a marker or a pencil and you're going to draw teeth that look like this. So you're just going to go up and down across the whole thing until you fill a row of teeth. And then once you fill your row of teeth, you're going to cut them out, right? So I'll show you. You can cut this one out just like that. And then you'll have one tooth. Ta-da! So I'll finish cutting these out, and then I also have some teeth already ready because I'm doing this in less time than it's going to take you guys. Once you have all your teeth, we're going to glue them to the pink and green paper plate on the outside of it, the part that's white. So, you have this side, we're going to glue them to this side. So place it down, face up, and we're going to take some glue, and we're just going to do one dot, and then a tooth. And then we'll go the whole way around. One dot, tooth. Okay, so once you get your teeth glued on, it should look something like this, right? That's how your teeth are gonna look. Then you're gonna take your green plate that you cut your hole out of, and you're gonna glue it so that it'll end up looking like that at the back. So I'm gonna glue mine down, just give me 1 second. Okay, remember when you're gluing, you really don't have to use that much glue at all. You can just use 1 or 2 dots for the whole thing. Okay? So now mine is glued together like this, and the last part is we're gonna fold it closed, and I sadly don't have googly eyes the right size, but you guys should have some googly eyes. I have some makeshift googly eyes, and we are going to glue them to the top of the head right here so that it looks like that, and it's gonna look at you. Then you can just leave it to sit and dry from all of the glue. And in the end, you'll have your very own Venus flytrap puppet.
Welcome back. Well, I hope you guys had a great time learning that Venus flytrap craft with Bethany, but we just wanted to take this moment to just kind of spend a little time in God's Word. Because, you know, thanks to Jordan earlier, we learned a lot about carnivorous plants, specifically about the Venus flytrap. And the cool thing about all these carnivorous plants is throughout all the years, they had to learn how to protect themselves from other predators, from animals eating them and landing on them, and they did it by turning the tables and becoming the predators themselves. How many times in our lives are we like that? We don't think about the things we say and the words that we use, and we just start talking and we don't stop, and we say things that are hurtful and cruel to other people around us. Sometimes we start saying these things and we just can't stop. We're like the fly that's flying into the mouth of the trap, and we become stuck. And the worst thing about it is, once we're stuck, it's so incredibly hard to escape. When we say things that are cruel to other people, when we just use any of our words, it's kind of like a tube of toothpaste, which I happen to have here. You know, like toothpaste, our words, when we say things, they just come straight out. They're so easy. But the problem is, once toothpaste comes out, you can't really put it back in, can you? It just kind of gets stuck there on the lid. And it's just like that with our words. When we say things that are harmful and when they hurt other people's feelings and we're bullying them, we can't just put them back. Just like the toothpaste doesn't go back in, our words are still hanging there, no matter what. You know, I think that's why there are so many times in the Bible that God warns us about the things that we say and about the words that we use. See, in Psalm 34:13, it says, "Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking lies." How true is that we want to keep our tongue from evil, that we don't want to say cruel things to other people. We don't want to tear them down with our words. We don't want to bully them. Instead, in other parts of the Bible, it tells us to lift other people up with our words, to encourage them, to build them up. And that is my challenge to you this week, that you take this time to think about the things that we say to each other, and we just pray to God that He helps us to say nice things to others and to build up and encourage them. Why don't we just take this time and pray real fast? Dear Lord, just thank you for this wonderful time that we can learn more about you, and all the time that we've learned about other plants and just cool things here at Say Camp this week. I just pray, Lord, that you help us to use our words to help others and not to harm them, to build them up and not tear them down. I just pray that we always look to you so that you can be the one that stops us when we're about to say things that we shouldn't, so that we can spread your love and joy to all around us. I pray this in your most heavenly name. Amen. Hey everybody, I hope you had a good time today learning about some really cool carnivorous plants with Jordan and making those amazing Venus flytrap crafts with Bethany. Wow, I cannot wait to see your creations, and just, whenever you get a chance, take a picture and post it on the Northwest Youth and Music Facebook page. We would love to see your creations this summer, especially since we can't spend time with you. I just, like I said, I hope you had a good time today. And we really take to heart the message that we learned, and that you tune in tomorrow, because we're going to just have a really cool lesson on pollinators as we learn more about plants in the world around us. Well, I'll see you later. Goodbye.